Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How are you? Hey, Paul, Walter. Good morning, you guys. Good afternoon, good evening, whichever it is for you, whichever it is. I want to welcome everybody to the after Thanksgiving live trading alerts hit and run candlestick Monday webinar here. Hello, Rick. Hello, Rick. Yeah, welcome here. Let's take a look at some charts. Let's figure something out today. Please ask questions. Don't be bashful at all. This is a good place to learn, good place to share. So by all means, jump right in. So I mentioned this in the hit and run candlestick room this morning. Give me a weekend off, Saturday, Sunday, and I'm okay. I cannot go in my office. I didn't used to be this way, but I cannot go in my office for a weekend. I cannot turn my computer on. I cannot look at charts, and I'm okay with that. I've been trading a long time, and it's like after a while, okay, I don't want to look at charts on a weekend. But if you give me 4 days, I go absolutely berserk, and I start looking at charts, and I start doing this, and I start doing that. Well, I started writing a little paper this weekend. I do that often. The papers are for myself. They're not, every now and then they go somewhere and I, make sure the spelling is correct and everything. Try to. And then I'll send them out to people. But most of the time, the papers are for myself. They're for my own scrapbook. And I started writing about the whole double your account thing. It didn't start with that. That sort of came into play. But what it started with is how much better I would do if I kept my losses smaller. And I went back and did a little research, and holy smoke, it's amazing how much better you'll do if you keep your losses smaller. What tends to happen is, you have gains. This could be weeks, it could be days, it could be 5 minutes. Each one of these are 5 minutes, depending on how you trade. You have these moments where you make money. I think everybody makes money, truthfully, in the market. But what happens is you really screw up when the losses come in because you don't get out right away. You don't get out. Man, I hope we're going to bounce. Oh, man, there's support right there. And, oh, that's okay. I'll put that in a long-term account. What just happened here is you're on the road to doubling your account, and you just killed it. You just stabbed it in the heart. You pulled out a dagger, and you just absolutely stabbed it in the heart. So I made some notes. I wrote a little paper to myself, thing I do. And man, I got to share with everybody. And I'm going to speak of the whole double your account a little bit today, not a lot, because that's not really what today's for. But I think it's important to have goals. I think it's very, very important to have goals, and that is my prime goal. That is my goal, is to double my account, and just. For all the greedy people out there, my goal is not to double my account plus $1. That is not my goal. It is not. I swear to you. My goal is to double my account, and that's it. No more and no less. No more and no less. So for all the greedy traders out there that are kind of, well, that's the most stupidest thing you ever heard of. Now that you're done saying that, listen up. Okay, you follow the rules to double your account, and what you'll find is magically you will end up tripling your account and quadrupling your account. Try not to get too greedy with it. Simply double your account. Truth is, I think most everybody would be thrilled with that. Another thing too is this is not anything unique. Okay. Some people think it's unique. The people that think it's unique are the people that are so far away from making good money in the stock market. They see that as some magical thing. The truth is, a lot of people do it, okay? A lot of people. A lot of people that's in my position do it. A lot of just traders that just trade, they do it. It is not a unique situation. Do they do it every year? Maybe some people do. It's possible some people do. I think by and large, no. By and large, no, not every single year. But let's just think about that for a second. If your goal was to double your account in a year, okay, and you started with $25,000, you can plug whatever number you want in. By the way, $5,000 account is easier to double than 25 if you ask me. For those with a small account, I think it is truly easier, okay? So say you want to double $25,000, and let's say the first year you actually do it. Man, you're happy as can be. You are rocking, right? But the next year, if you were to double this, it would be $100,000, right? Well, what if you don't double that account? What if you only made $75,000? Are you going to piss and moan? Sorry about that. Are you going to complain? Are you going to feel like you failed? I think not. Okay. So the whole idea is develop a system that gives you these gains. Develop the tools that gives you these gains, or at least gives you the opportunity to get into these gains. Okay. That's what it is. So you've got to develop that. And one of those things is to get your losses, keep your losses small. What was the stock today? Chewy. I closed out Chewy today with a small loss, only a couple $100. But I could see that Chewy was not working for me. So instead of holding on to Chewy for a hope and prayer, or for good tidings, or whatever, for whatever reason, get out of Chewy. Get out of that stock that's losing you money. So it was a couple $100, over 200, I think near 250 maybe. So with this loss, I kept this small because I've got other gains that I made all of last week, gains today, I'm in Target with a nice gain of $530 today. Held it over the weekend. So, it's the whole double your account thing. It's about doing an average, it's not about one trade. It's not about one chart. It's about all the charts put together. And it's about moving forward through the year. And if you have a chart that's just not working out, get out. Why hold it? Well, see what happens now is there might be somebody still holding this. And now what they're saying is, oh, look at that support. I think I'm going to hold it longer. Okay, fine. I don't disagree with that necessarily. But let me tell you one piece of information you do not have, okay? You don't have this information. What if the market was to get ugly? Here's a news flash for you. If the market gets ugly, every bullish chart out there is going to get ugly. Guess what chart is going to get ugly too? So, all those gains that you have made in the past, week, 10 days, whatever, one chart is going to kill you. It's going to stab double your account right in the heart. It will. And you know what? I love it. I love it when I hear people, because I used to do this. I love it when I hear people say, well, I'll make up for it on another trade. Oh my God. No, you won't. Let's get real with ourselves, okay? No, you won't. And I'm trying to be real here. Okay. I'm trying to get real here because that's what we need to do. We're playing with some hard-earned money. We can't play in in a fairy tale land. You know, some people are trading with their last $5,000 to their name. You can't afford to lose that. So what I'm about to say next is probably the most important to you. The more money you have, a little bit more forgiveness that you have. So let's say you have $100,000. Well, you've got a little bit more fluff. Now, don't get me wrong. You ever see a $100,000 account go to 20? Trust me, it's easily done. If you keep thinking that you have fluff, your fluff is going to turn into ouch real quick. So those with the $100,000 account, listen up to the folks that have a $5,000 account. Here goes. We are in the business of being right, okay? We are in that business. So what we want to do is we want to put everything in our favor that we possibly can. Because we're in the, if you're not a short-term swing trader, you're in the wrong place, okay? I'm telling you that right now. Or you're listening to the wrong guy, okay? Maybe you're in the right place. That was a wrong thing to say. If you're a long-term trader, you're listening to the wrong guy. You're in the right place. Wrong guy. If you're a day trader, you're in the right place, but you're listening to the wrong guy. All right? So, we're talking about swing trading. And in swing trading, it's all about being right. And if you're wrong, suck it up and own it. Just own it. I mean, it's the way it is. First of all, here we are. We're past Thanksgiving now. We're on the downhill slide. We've got one more big holiday. We've got maybe a couple big holidays. We've got, the month of December. This is a good time to start taking inventory of your trading. Okay, this is a really good time. And by the way, those that are leaving right now because you came here just to look at charts, I predict you will not be here this time next year, or your account will be smaller. Just saying that right now, okay? So if you've already left, tough titty, your account's probably going to be smaller because your britches are bigger than what you really are. Look, there's some things about trading that just needs some truth to be told, okay? And we're going to look at charts, so don't worry. I'm saying that because I got a PM from somebody, and I'm just telling them, I'll bet you $100 your account's going to be smaller this time next year. There are truths that need to be told in trading. I think trading is the easiest thing in the world, and at the same time, I think it's the hardest thing in the world. I think people make trading difficult because they don't stop and learn. And you know what? You don't have to learn very much. And I'll prove to you today. You really don't have to learn very much. In fact, if somebody will do the counting for me, I'll tell you when to start. I would appreciate it, okay? So let's just take a look at this ball. You know, if you like ball, I happen to like ball. I like ball because it's trending. I like ball because it's consolidating. I see ball as a buy. I see ball as a good target. Maybe first target, let's shoot for something around 57.40. We can put another target up here at around 58.80, okay? I like ball. But what if ball goes wrong? Where would ball go wrong? And so you've got to have your rules, okay? So maybe that's a rule right there. And maybe ball bounces around for a couple of days, and then it gets down here. Has ball gone wrong? To me, it has. We're in the business of being right with just a slight little cushion. So let's do this. Yeah, let's do this. So say we buy ball, and let's say we move a little bit to the right. We're going to give ourselves some cushion. I'm okay with that. Let's say ball does this. That's supposed to be some kind of hammer if you can see it. I'm okay with that. A little bit of cushion. But if you're wrong, get out of it. I don't want to ruin my double my account. That is my number one goal in trading. That is absolutely my number one goal in trading, is to double my account. That makes me money, and that's what I want to do. So if I have a stock that's not working, I want out of it. I don't want it. There's always this thing, well, there's support here. What if it comes back? If it comes back, buy it back. It's real simple. Buy it back. We are in the business of timing. We are in the business of being right. Okay? So, with that said, I'll kind of hush up about this. We'll look at charts. We'll talk about charts. We'll see what we can find. I hope that made sense to folks. I really do. And again, this is the time of year where you start to reflect on your trading. Make a plan for next year. So anyway, let's take a look at some charts here. Let's take a look at Intel. So look at Intel here. Oh, I know what I was going to do. If somebody wants to count for me, I would appreciate it. It's kind of hard for me to count while I'm talking doing this. So trading really is easy, okay? There's only a couple things you have to do, all right? So I'm going to start, and you can start counting right now. One, I have this little tool down here. It's TC2000. It's not mandatory. You don't have to have it. Truth is, you could probably use MACD and do the same damn thing, okay? T2123, that's showing me that we're bullish. So that's one. You can count from there now. I'm going to stop helping counting. So let's come over here and let's go back over here. And let's take a look at the market. Is the market bullish? Is price above the T-line above the trend indicator? The answer is yes. So we want to trade bullishly. We don't want to trade bearishly. This morning, I had some people ask about short charts. Why in the world would you want to trade something short right now? Here, I'll show you when you trade short. When we're trending down. Our job is not to be a hero. Our job is not to be, put a cape on and a mask on and say, look what I did. Our job is to trade with the trend. Be right, make money. Okay? Bullish, bearish. Bullish, bearish. I have a 4.5-year-old granddaughter that could figure this out. This is not super science, okay? I have a 4.5-year-old granddaughter I could put in front of the computer here, and I could teach her that's bullish and that's bearish in about 5 minutes. But why is it that grown-ups can't figure that out? I will never understand in my life. Sorry, see, this is why I can't ever count. I get sidetracked. Okay, so there you go. Right now, today, what is today? It's Monday. It's January 27, 2023. There's not squat out there that's bearish, period. It's bullish. Okay, so now what do we want? What we want to do is we want to find charts that fit and everybody's different. It's like ice cream. Some people like pistachio ice cream. I have no idea why you would. Some people like vanilla ice cream. Some people like pineapple ice cream. Figure out the ice cream you like and only eat that ice cream. If somebody put pistachio in front of me and put chocolate in front of me, why in the heck would I want to eat pistachio? Why? It makes no sense. So eat your chocolate ice cream and be happy. But you have to know what your chocolate ice cream is. I'm going to tell you what mine is. Yours may not be this, but I'll tell you what mine is. Mine is simply looking for charts that is trending with a bullish attitude that has pulled back. That's my world. Now, that may not be your world, Dumpling or Matt or Paul or Mai up there or Ed. That might not be your world. You may have a different, and I get that. Everyone may have a little different entry sort of thing in here. Okay, I understand that. But overall, up till that, I can't imagine why we would be different. I just cannot imagine at all why we would be different. So, what I'm going to do are look for charts like that. And this is the way I have let's talk about the scanner for a second. This is why I have the scanner set up the way I do. I can find charts that have been trending that are resting, and a rest, by the way, a PBO, pullback opportunity, a rest sideways, or a pullback opportunity, that's all the same to me. It's all in this area, it's all a rest. We have scans called pop out of the box. This is maybe setting up for a pop out of the box. Need a couple more days on it. Excuse me. We have flags. We have just pullbacks, bounces off the T line. You can name those whatever you want to name them. Bottom line, it's a little pullback in a trend. That's my world. That's my chocolate ice cream right there. That's my chocolate ice cream. It's all I want. And if the market is not giving me that, then I get no chocolate ice cream today. I want to repeat that, please. If the market is not giving me chocolate ice cream, then I don't get chocolate ice cream today. You want to know what could be one of the biggest reasons that traders lose money? Is because they get out there and they seem to think they have to trade every day. It's because you're addicted. It's because you've got the bug. You've got the bug that says, I have to trade every day. It could be because you really are addicted. Could be that. It could be because you just wrote a check this morning for your membership for maybe the scanner or maybe membership to a service, or maybe you paid for this or paid for that. So somewhere along the lines, you seem to think that you need to make that money back. Here's a news flash for you. You do not need to make it back today. Today might not be the day. Okay, so pick your days carefully. You want to pick days that are working. Pick days that are working. Take a look at CODOC. And by the way, I'm not making this crap up. Here is some scanner windows. I do everything off the scanner. Everything. Let's see here. Let me make that stay on top. And this one may not. This may not be the one I want. This may be the one that, we'll keep it up as long as it shows good scans, I guess. Let me double check this one, make sure. Yeah, this scan doesn't look for anything particular. So we'll leave that one there. We'll take this one, or here, we'll take this one. Here's a trend indicator bounce, and here's a T-line bounce, okay? These are two of my favorites right there. So that's what we'll focus on today, okay? We'll focus on those today. You can call them what you want. You can dissect them how you want. You can create whatever you want. This is what it amounts to. This is what I'm looking for right here, okay? So, where were we? So, again, this is the time of year where you really need to focus on your trading, and that's important. So Matt is asking, are you asking, Matt, what is a pop out of the box? Let me show you here. A pop out of the box looks like this. It's where you have something bullish like that. And then you have a very tight to the right, like this. I think four candles is what we're looking for. And then this is a pop out of the box. Of course, it's not the pop, but there is a scan that looks like this. And then there is a scan, oh look, we popped out of the box. There is that right there, okay? So that's what it is. If I see one here, I will point it out to you. Is the SPY currently? Yes, the SPY is setting up for a possible pop out of the box. Yeah, it is. It's also setting up for a flag. It's also set up for a T-line bounce. You know, it's set up for a lot of things, okay? Remember, it's a rise and rest, okay? I wouldn't get too excited, or, you know, I wouldn't focus necessarily on just pop out of the boxes. You're going to miss out on a lot of good trades. I have all those, but when it comes down to it, remember what you're looking for. You're looking for this, and then this. This is what you want, and then what we're going to start doing is looking for an entry in this area, you know, that whole area right there, okay? So let's take, I wanted to look at C. There's C. There's a nice little pop out of the box for you right there. Nice little pop out of the box, okay? So, anyway, this weekend was a little bit harsh on myself. I was a little harsh on myself because over this year, I've taken a few losses that I shouldn't have taken. It was on my own fault because I held on to them too long. So I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that, not only in the our trading room, but also in this room as well. That it's very important to keep those losses to a minimum, keep them small. And remember that we are in the business of timing. So with that, what I want to do is time charts. So let's look at FSLY. Does this meet our criteria? Well, let's stop for a second, okay? And I realize not everybody has T2123, okay? Look, you don't have to have it. While I think TC2000 is the best game out there, you know, you don't have to have it. Look at the breadth of the market. Find a breadth indicator of some sort. What this means is just simply that you're getting a broad market increase is what it is. So this is bullish to me. Check mark. All right. Is the market bullish? Now, to me, my market is the SPY overall. Is that bullish? Yes, it is. Check mark. So what were we looking at? FSLY. Is this a bullish chart? Well, looks like it's trending to me. Looks like it's doing everything I wanted to do. Here we are up. There's your pullback. Here we're breaking out. So what's the problem? Well, I don't particularly see a problem. Now, it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't mean that this trade is for everybody. It doesn't mean that this trade is for anybody. This is where you now, as a trader, you've got to decide, is this the trade for you? But it's all about timing. Whether you like this chart at all, we're getting that timing right now. Timing. That's the important thing. Okay? Like I said, Matt, look, that might not be your chart, Matt. It might not. I think it's a perfectly good chart. And if I was in the mood to buy, I would be buying it. I love that chart. I think it's looking good. Change something over here. Yeah, I think it's looking good, especially if we start moving over about 1815. I like it. So let's look at INMD. It's timing. I can, look, I'm not, you guys, gals, everybody here, you've all been to webinars where they show you a PowerPoint, and they show you of all these charts on a PowerPoint. And I want to tell you, that grates against my skin like you would not believe. That just irks me to no end. And the reason it does is those are all cherry pick charts. I hate that with a passion. Now, I say that, I think I've got an upcoming webinar that I will be using a PowerPoint. but I for different reason. If you can't do a webinar live, then you got squat. If you require a PowerPoint, you got nothing because it's all cherry picked. Because of this tool right here, because all we have is our ability to look at charts, time charts, and make money on charts, and to lose money on charts and keep it reasonably small. That is our job. That is what we do. That is what we do. We don't need to look at a chart where you get some kind of buy candle down here and it shows you, well, if you would have stayed in it and, you know, maybe, okay, sell it up here. Well, I just want to beat the snot out of somebody that says, well, if you would have stayed in it. Oh my gosh, I just want to smack them silly. That is no way to trade. Look, I said early on, if you're a long-term trader, I'm not your guy. If you're a day trader, I'm not your guy. If you're a swing trader, you're looking for short-term trades and you're looking to double your account, I'm your guy. I will give you all the tools in the world to do it. I will teach you everything I know to do it. And I'm not the only person that does this. Okay, there's a lot of people that can double their account. A lot. It's not rocket science. But there are some things you need. Okay? All right, let's take a look at Dell. I see Dell popping up. So what are we going to do with Dell? So again, I'm not really in the mood to be a buyer right now. I'm not, real big into buying today. And the reason is, sorry, I just checked 2 accounts that I have open. The reason is, I think the market maybe is just a little, we're coming off of a vacation holiday. I'm not sure today's the best day. So, I'll see what tomorrow brings, and I can see tomorrow maybe being a better trading day for me personally. But in the meantime, let's look at Dell. Have our rules been met? Are we seeing momentum in the market? And in this case, let's look at the SPY. Forget T2123. Everybody in the world has MACD. Do you see MACD as momentum? The answer is yes, by the way, if you don't. So, do you see a trend in the market? The answer is yes, if you don't. So now, it's a matter of finding bullish charts, right? So let's look at Dell. Now it's a matter of deciding, do you like Dell? I cannot decide for you. Dumpling can't decide for Matt. We have to trade. At this point, we trade on our own. Okay, now I share every trade I make with members. I share the entry, I share the options, I share everything about it. When I close it out, I share it. We have many members in the room that also share. Any members here, a great big thank you to you. I'm bowing to you. I thank you so very much. I'm so very appreciative of you sharing your buys and closes. So I look at this chart and it meets every ounce of my criteria. So why wouldn't I want to trade this? There's no earthly reason why I wouldn't. Now, there may be some things here. For instance, somebody might say, well, I really don't want to buy this till it breaks out over this high. Okay, that is one of your personal rules, not necessarily my number one rule, okay? I agree with you. I would buy this on a breakout. Absolutely. I could buy this right now. I love the chart. It's working. The momentum is in place. Remember, if we're wrong, be out, own it. Be wrong, be out, own it. Don't try to fix it. Just be out. Now, here's another little trick I'm going to share with you. If you are in positions and you automatically say this week you buy 3 positions and you have 3 losses, let's make that red. If you have 3 losses, stop what you're doing. Just stop. Okay? Please stop. This is one of my favorite sayings to somebody. Somebody that has 3 losses, having a horrible time, they say, okay, I'm going to buy this chart. And then I reply to them, why are you buying another chart? You can't seem to get 3 right. What makes you think you're going to get the 4th one right? I know that's a little harsh. Ouch, that kind of stings, doesn't it? But it's the truth, for God's sakes. Stop what you're doing. If you have 2 legs and 2 feet and your ticker is still okay, go outside and go for a walk. Walk around the block. All right? If you don't have 2 legs and 2 feet and your ticker's not the best, go watch an episode of Law and Order then. But whatever you do, stop what you're doing. Just stop. Don't lose money. Murder, She Wrote. Go watch an episode of Murder, She Wrote. There you go. Take a break. Take a break from trading. Think about it. Don't get all wrapped up in the trade. I just lost $300. I need to trade to make more money. The odds are you're going to lose $300 more. The odds are in your favor to lose money. Okay? So stop. All right, let's get back to this. When would I buy SQQQ? Walter, I'm going to go on a limb here. When do you think I would buy SQQQ? Okay? And then I will come back and answer that. When do you think I would buy? And then we'll talk about it. Okay? All right, let's look at AB in B. Look at that. Woo! That's a pretty chart. That's a pretty chart. Look at that thing. Here's why I think it's pretty. Look at that bottom right there. Anytime, write this word down, okay? Write this word down. Conditions. Write that word down. And then write another word down. Write the word reason down. Reason, okay? All right. Buying a stock, actually pushing the button, that's your reason. The conditions is all the conditions you put together that make up a reason to buy it. Okay? That's the reason. You've got to have conditions. So let's put some conditions together. Double bottom, condition. We can also do this. Right here, right here, right here, right there. Bullish W pattern. Condition. That's 2 conditions. Let's do this right here. Consolidation. That's 3 conditions. Over the 50 period moving average and over the 200 period moving average. That's a condition for me. I'm going to go with 1 condition with that. That is a condition because they're both right there. That's just 1 condition. Over the trend indicator, price is over the T-line, T-line's over the trend indicator. That's another condition. That's 5 conditions so far. Market is bullish. That's a condition, right? We'll just, T2123 is bullish, MACD is bullish. There's 2, you can put that as 2 or 3 conditions, I guess. All right? Put the conditions together. Ask yourself where you would not be happy with this chart. Well, clearly, if it fell out of the bottom, you wouldn't be happy. So this is an area where get out if you're wrong. Leave this trade if you are wrong. Well, here's what might happen. I'm going to put a line right there, okay? And guys, there's guys and there's gals here trading, all right? Ladies, I'm going to tell you right now, you're by far a better trader than a guy. Sorry, guys, it's the truth. I've traveled around the United States quite a lot in the past. I haven't done it the last 10 years or so, but I have done it a lot. I've done private, one-on-one coaching with people, and I can tell you right now that, ladies, you own this. You own this. If you are wrong, ladies will get out. Men will find every reason under the sun because, guys, we can't possibly be wrong, can we? Well, what happens is, oh, hey, that's the top of the W there. We're going to come down and hit support. Well, you've got to remember in the meantime here, let's say you're just down 5%, okay? Now you're down 9%, all right? So now what happens? Whoops. Why would you think that that is going to bring buyers in? Why do you think that? I don't understand that. I'll tell you why, though. I will tell you why. Now you're down 15%. Uh-oh. We got us a problem, Lucy, now, don't we? Right? Uh-oh. We done screwed the pooch on this one. You know why you think that's support? Because you go to all these phony baloney webinars and they show you static charts that have been printed that could be a year old. And what do? They show you where, oh, it bounced off that support. Yay. No, that's not the way it works. There is not a line, there is not any support on a chart that guarantees there's support. Own that. Go into 2024 and own that. When is there support? When you see support. Support is an afterthought. It's never a forward thought. Not ever. Never, ever is support a forward thought. It's not something you predict. Support is something you say, oh, look, A, B, and B had support at 122.60. Hoorah! It's always had. It's never gonna. Always think of that. Okay. Look, did I get my SQQ? Walter. Okay, I did. Would you buy SQQ when it goes above the T line? Not necessarily. Yeah, not necessarily. Walter, I'm pretty stuck on a trend, okay? I am not stuck on picking a bottom. I'm not stuck on making as much money in a chart as possible. I am stuck on following momentum in a trend. So over the T-line, probably not. Probably not. Not on the daily chart. Now we're going to go a little intraday here. We'll find something, okay? So I really want those dots to be green. I really, really do. Now, if I was to see something impressive, all right, okay, maybe, if I was to see it up here, okay, I'm going to take that candle under advisement, some pretty strong advisement. And if I go look at the Qs and I see the Qs are failing, then, which we know if SQQ is failing, then the Qs are failing. I want to see where the Qs are, though. Are we failing the T-line too? I want to make sure that I see an actual failure here. I want to make sure I can put a candle pattern in there. All right, with that said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run down to an hourly chart. And on an hourly chart, I want that trend to be a trend. Let me give you an example. There's the hourly chart. Would I buy it here? No. Would I buy it if the hourly was trending up? Yes. I want a trend, or I don't want the chart. I am not a bottom picker. I'm not into getting the super best price. I'm not into taking SQQ, buying the bottom and writing it to some cloud or anything. I'm into making money. So I want this trend to be in my favor. So You know, if we were over the T line on the daily, and if the hourly chart was giving us something, let's see. Here's the 15-minute chart. I'm just using this as a show and tell. If the daily chart was giving us a reasonably good candle and the hourly chart was looking like this, then I might consider buying SQQQ. But I'm buying it based on that momentum trend on the hourly chart. All right, that's what I would do. Okay, so let's take a look at BITO here. BITO. I can't say I like BITO, to be honest with you. BITO's doing exactly what I asked it to do. It's coming up on our 17 bounce scan. It's bouncing right off the 17 EMA. I look at the chart, though. I see consolidation. I see a shooting star. That right there would be a big negatory for me. That would be a major, nope, don't need it. There are so many charts out there to trade. I don't need to be in BITO. I don't need to be. I don't care if it's Bitcoin. Don't need it. I'm going to wait for the right chart here, okay? Let's see. I better answer some questions here, Walter. Is the 2-hour chart too close? I don't know. What were we looking at? SQQQ. That's not a trend, so I wouldn't buy it. Yeah. The trend is down. The trend is not up. Hello, my name is Rick Sadler. I vow to only trade longs in a bullish market, and I vow to trade shorts in a bearish market. I need to put that a different way. Hello, my name is Rick Sadler. I vow to trade in the direction of the trendicator. There we go. I like that. So SQQQ, the only trade I could put on right now is short, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, I like that. I vow to trade only in the direction of the trendicator. This has proven to me to double my account. I have proved this to myself multiple times over the years. Multiple times. So why would I want to go screw with my chocolate ice cream? Get that pistachio out of my house. Let's see here. Jim, well, let's look at some charts you guys have here. AEM. AEM is bullish. We have a nice, this is actually a pretty nice chart. Look at this. Here's an inverted head and shoulders. I like that. Let's put a line right up here. So right now, I'm going to look at a weekly. You can see the weekly here is setting up pretty nice. The daily, the next target to the upside is going to be right here. Remember, we're short-term swing traders and we're about timing. We're short-term swing traders and we're about timing. So that is the only trade I could do. Jim, I'll come right back to that, okay? I want to share something with you, with everybody. I trade in boxes, just so you know. It doesn't mean it's the way to trade. It's just the way I trade. I trade in boxes. Everything is about a little box to me. I use moving averages an awful lot. I use support and resistance as well. Not only support and interest based on a line, but also support and interest based on price action, okay? So I see resistance up here. Something also I almost never do is pick the top. I always pull it back to get more touches. It means that my target is not quite as far away, but that helps me keep things real. So the box that I'm trading is like this. If I like NEM, I look at this and that is my trade right there. My trade is not 1 penny above 53.38. My trade is in this area. That is my trade. So now it's up to me to find an entry, which I do not believe there's an entry here. This is I like the chart, but I don't believe it's a trade. So that would be what I'm looking at right there, okay? Is just that trade. So I'm looking at what appears to be only about a 6% trade. That's it. Nothing wrong with that. I'll take it. Absolutely take it. Okay, so what is the trend indicator? All right, are you ready? If anybody shares outside of this room what the trend indicator is, I will have to hunt you down. I'm going to grab some water. Here you go. All right. I will hunt you down. All right. I will tie you up. I will lock you into my basement if you utter the words what the trend indicator is. Just realized I'm recording this, by the way. The trend indicator, the 23 EMA. Yeah. I'm sorry. It could be funny, Jim. The trend indicator is these green and red dots. All right. So here's the secret. It's just the 17 exponential moving average. That's all. I get asked all the time, why don't I use the 21 or why don't I use the 21 exponential or 20 simple? The truth is I couldn't decide on which one. And the 17 was kind of in the middle. True story. Absolutely true story. And so what has happened is I'm in a lifelong relationship with the 17 EMA. If you want to enter into a lifelong relationship with the 20 simple or the 21 exponential, that is perfectly fine, okay? I've just entered into a lifelong relationship with the 17 EMA. And one chart you're going to look at, the 20 is going to be right on. The other chart, the 21 EMA will be right on, and it will drive you batshit crazy. So I just decided I'm tired of being batshit crazy, so I just picked the 17 EMA, and I married her. I bought her a ring, a dress, the whole 9 yards, cake. I married her, and that is all it is, okay? What makes it work so well, just like any of those others, will be the consistency that you use it. If you'll notice, one of the things I have on the scan, Road to Wealth Fast Scan. Road to Wealth is the name we've given the double your account. Double your account, Road to Wealth are kind of the same. That's what RTW stands for. And the Road to Wealth trend is the 3 is greater than the 8, and the 8 is greater than the 17. I have this on just about every single one of my scans. And of course, if you're looking for something short, well, that's a piece of cake. You can come over here and type in RTW, and you can see here, oh, shazam, there is a Road to Wealth right here. Road to Wealth bear trend. There's a fast and a slow trend. Sometimes I have both those together, the slow and the fast. Most of them, I just use the fast bull trend or fast bear trend right up there. So anyway, that's my trend. Okay. So let's see. Hey, look, if I skip somebody, I'm feeling a bit. I don't know. I've had 4 days, a lot of rest. So if I'm feeling a little perky, I guess. If I skipped you, please come back and ask me a question. I do not intend to skip anybody on purpose. Maybe Jim says maybe take half off the target, upper end of the box. You know, Jim, that is like your rule, okay? If that is your rule, then by all means, make that your rule. Let me share something with everybody here. Bear with me 1 second. Let me copy this link right here. Let me come over here and do this. There we go. Let's see if this will let me do this. Look, here, my life is right here. Look, how you manage your trade is your business. Okay, that's not my business. I'm not here to teach how you manage your trade, because the more we get into the trade, there's going to be people, well, I want to take a third off at X. Fine, do what you want to do. You want to take half off unless the other. I mean, we could get into all day talking about something that is totally personal to you. Okay, so I'm just using that as an example, Jim. The closer you get to, we get into managing the trade, that's up to you. How are you going to manage it? Have some rules. And believe me, there is nothing wrong with take a partial off the table and let the second half run. I'm not saying boo-hoo to that or anything. I'm just saying that we could beat that to the death. And if there's 87 people in the room, oh my God, if 87 people started telling me how they manage a trade, we would be here all day long. Because 87 people will have 87 different ways to do it. And out of all 87, there is only one wrong way. That's it. There is only one wrong way. And here it is. If you have set your goal, say you have $5,000 account and you want to double your account. And if you have set your goal that you've got to average we'll call this $24. $24 a day, average. If you did not take money off to cover your goal, far as I'm concerned, you did it wrong. Period. You 100% traded incorrectly as far as I'm concerned. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm right, okay? That doesn't mean that you were wrong. That just means that I don't agree with you. That's all it means. My number one goal is to double my money. If I can't even get $24 average, then who cares about managing a trade you're in? So I think you mentioned take half off, and believe me, you would get your $24 and then some. If you have a $15,000 account, just put a 15 in there and hit enter. And now to double 15,000, you're looking at $30,000. You've got to average a day. Doesn't mean that you're a day trader. It doesn't mean that you buy something today and sell it today. It means you average a day. We'll call that $72. So if you're in this chart and you move up here, and let's do this, and let's say this here is $140 at this top, somewhere up here. If you did not take off half that trade, far as I'm concerned, you've traded wrong, period. And I will write that down in blood ink and go to my grave with that. From there, if you want to let half roll and you want to move your stop up, I got to tell you, I think that's one of the smartest things a person can do. Okay, so to me, it's all about meeting that goal first, then do everything else. That's the way I feel about that. Thank you, by the way. I hope that made sense to you, Jim. Thank you. Let's see. Matt, what would you deem as the longest duration hold a period short-term swing? It all depends. It really does depend. There is no duration. An example, unfortunately, I'm holding UNG. And evidently, not only have I married it, but we got some damn kids now. Holy crap. I could own this for a long time. There is no magic time frame to own it. Okay, there is zero to a magic time frame. Here. I don't think it was PLAB. All right, let's look at PLAB. So let's talk about PLAB for a trade, okay? I'm going to go right here for a target. I'm going to do something else too that I usually do. Oh boy, that's kind of rough right there. All right, okay. All right. I can make sense of that. I could. All right. So I'm going to, let's move this. Let's put the target area like this. That's the target here. This is how I set up trades, okay? Oops, don't do that. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so this is the target. If I was to buy PLAB here, it's really simple. If PLAB goes wrong, I'm out. If PLAB is a winner, then let's do this. Let's split the middle. That's a 10% trade. I don't care if I do that in 1 day or if I do that in 29 days. It does not matter to me. As long as while I'm in this trade, everything is working. Is the market remaining bullish? Is it? Is this chart remaining bullish? Is it? Have I made my goal? Have I maybe come to right here and made my goal? Have I taken part of the money off the table? How long I'm in this trade has nothing to do with the price of tea in China. Has zero to do with it. It's all about managing that trade once you're in it. Recognizing when the market is working for you and recognizing when the market is really trying to stab you in the heart. And you really don't want the market to stab you in the heart. Okay? You really don't want to do that. So that's how you manage that trade. Hope that answered that question about the time. Let's see, South Bay. If it was the rule that you bought here, what was the rule? I don't know what ticker symbol you're talking about. Can't speak to that. Okay, where are we here? Let's look at BAH. BAH. Look at BAH. Is that a trade? For somebody it might be. Maybe for me, it's above 129. Okay. PLAB, shooting star. I don't particularly see it, but you do, Thea. So the important thing is what you see. Now, I know what you're looking at. You know, I know you're looking at this right here. Okay. Look, I think it's important to recognize everything in a chart. Okay. I think it's also important to recognize what price action is doing. All right. And shooting stars are best when they're after a big run. This is not a big run. This is barely a baby run. All right. This is, see up here, look how we've ran up. This is where shooting stars get you nervous. But right here, that's not a shooting star. That's just a candle up there. That's all that is. So that's one thing. The second thing is put everything in order. In other words, what's the most important thing to you? The number one thing important to me is trend. That's the number one thing. And if we're trending, you know, if that candle wants to be an ugly old shooting star, go right ahead. As long as you see beauty setting up. If it wants to be ugly, be ugly. I mean, we had to pull back for some reason. Why couldn't it be something like that? So I don't see a shooting star. I see a trend working. I see momentum. I see, take that line right there. I see where we've broken out here, we tested it, and we're working. I see that little support as being working. Remember, support is not, oh, maybe that'll be support. That's not support. Support is when you can look back and say, oh, look, that was support. Okay? So anyway, pick and choose what your number one and number two is. Number three and your number four. Number two for me is going to be price action within a setup. That's going to be my number two. But my number one is a trend. The trend is your best friend. It really is. All right. Thank you. I don't know what you mean, Kevin. EQT. Oh, maybe you're in FQT and you're bleeding to death. I don't know. I'm not sure what you have in QT. The big cheese. That's right, Matt. You got it. Big cheese. All right, let's look at some SCO here. Look at SCO. Look at that thing moving up. Nice chart. Not a bad chart. So here's what I mean by trading boxes. This is a rounded bottom breakout. In a rounded bottom breakout, the 200 period moving average is the highest possible price it can go. Now, of course, I'm not saying that it can't go higher. That's just the highest possible price it can go to be a rounded bottom breakout. So my trade would be, and I've gotten to where I just use the trend indicator. I don't try to put it on price. It's too confusing sometimes. So just use the trend indicator. So right now, I see approximately a 19% minus a little something because, you know, the chances of me getting it down here are slim to none. So that's the trade I'm looking at. That's my playground. That's my world that I'm going to trade. Let's look at Microsoft. Look at Microsoft. Is Microsoft setting up to move higher? Yeah, looks like it. Q's moving higher. Might want to stay away from that SQQQ at the moment. All right, I'm running out of time. Sorry, I feel like I've been a talker. Hey, look, for those, look, 2024 is right around the corner, okay? For those making money, you know who you are. For those that are satisfied with the money you're making, you know who you are. Keep doing what you're doing. For those that are not satisfied with the money you're making, now is the time to make that change. Make the change. Make the commitment. And I don't know what the commitment is because I don't know everyone's situation. But make the commitment. 1, trade with the trend. 2, use the goal of doubling your account. I mean, at the very worst or very best, I don't know how you want to look at it, you've got numbers that you can look at. Actual hardcore numbers you can look at. Have the tools. Oh my God, have the tools. And this is where I'm going to talk about the scanner here, all right? Everybody here has a charting program. Everybody here has a computer. Everybody here has a trading account. Not everybody has the scanner. Look, make the commitment, all right? Make the commitment. Okay? So, this is where I lose everybody. Nobody talks now. Funny how that works. All right. Unless anyone has any last minute questions, I'm going to start backing out of here. You're very welcome, Walter. Thanks for your question, by the way. Same to you, Thea. Thank you very much. Thank you. I did record this. I will get this rendered, and I will get it to Ed here shortly, okay? I'll get it put him out. I'm going to leave that one alone, Jim. I'm just a guest here, okay? I'll leave that alone. All righty. I'm going to check out. You guys, thank you very much for being here. I do appreciate it. Ed, a great big thank you for having me here. And I seriously look forward to being here in 2024. So thank you again, all right? We'll see everybody. You guys take care. Thank you a bunch. Remember, 2024, double your account, trade smart, trade the trend. We'll see you later.